Section 1 from the book of Genesis. This is the history of the generations of Noah. Noah was a righteous man, blameless among the people of his time. Noah walked with God. Noah became the father of 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. The earth was corrupt before God, and the earth was filled with violence. God saw the earth and saw that it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted their way on the earth. And God said to Noah, I will bring an end to all flesh, for the earth is filled with violence because of them. Behold, I will destroy them with the earth. Make a vessel of gopher wood. You shall make rooms in the vessel, and shall seal it inside and outside with pitch. This is how you shall make it. The length of the vessel will be 300 cubits, its width 50 cubits, and its height 30 cubits. You shall make a roof in the vessel, and you shall finish it to a cubit upward. You shall set the door of the vessel in its side. You shall make it with lower, second, and third levels. I, even I, bring the flood of waters on this earth, to destroy all flesh having the breath of life from under the sky. Everything that is in the earth will die, but I will establish my covenant with you. You shall come into the vessel, you, your sons, your wife, and your sons' wives with you. Of every living thing of all flesh, you shall bring 2 of every sort into the vessel to keep them alive with you. They shall be male and female. Of the birds after their kind, of the livestock after their kind, of every creeping thing of the ground after its kind. 2 of every sort will come to you to keep them alive. Take with you some of all food that is eaten, and gather it to yourself, and it will be for food for you, and for them. Noah did so. He did all that God commanded him. Section 2 from the book of Joshua. When all the kings who are beyond the Jordan, in the hill country and in the lowland, and on all the shore of the great sea in front of Lebanon, the Hittite, the Amorite, the Canaanite, the Perizzite, the Hivite, and the Jebusite heard of it, they gathered themselves together to fight with Joshua and with Israel with one accord. But when the inhabitants of Gibeon heard what Joshua had done to Jericho and to Ai, they also resorted to a ruse, and went and made as if they had been ambassadors, and took old sacks on their donkeys, and wineskins, old and torn and bound up, and old and patched shoes on their feet, and wore old garments. All the bread of their provision was dry and mouldy. They went to Joshua to the camp at Gilgal, and said to him and to the men of Israel, We have come from a far country. Now therefore make a covenant with us. The men of Israel said to the Hivites, What if you live among us? How could we make a covenant with you? But they said to Joshua, We are your servants. Joshua said to them, Who are you? Where do you come from? They said to him, Your servants have come from a very far country, because of the name of Forever One your God. For we have heard of his fame, all that he did in Egypt, and all that he did to the 2 kings of the Amorites who were beyond the Jordan, to Sihon, king of Heshbon, and to Og, king of Bashan, who was at Ashtaroth. Our elders and all the inhabitants of our country spoke to us, saying, Take provision in your hand for the journey, and go to meet them, and tell them, We are your servants. Now make a covenant with us. This, our bread, we took hot for our provision out of our houses on the day we went out to go to you. But now, behold, it is dry and has become mouldy. These wineskins which we filled were new, and behold, they are torn. These our garments and our shoes have become old because of the very long journey. The men sampled their provisions, but didn't ask counsel from the mouth of Forever One. Joshua made peace with them, and made a covenant with them to let them live. The princes of the congregation swore to them. At the end of 3 days, after they had made a covenant with them, they heard that they were their neighbors, and that they lived among them. The children of Israel traveled and came to their cities on the 3rd day. Now, their cities were Gibeon, Chephirah, Beeroth, and Kiriath Jearim. The children of Israel didn't strike them because the princes of the congregation had sworn to them by Forever One, the God of Israel. All the congregation murmured against the princes. But all the princes said to all the congregation, "We have sworn to them by Forever One, the God of Israel. Now therefore, we may not touch them. We will do this for them, and let them live, lest wrath be on us because of the oath which we swore to them." The princes said to them, "Let them live." So they became woodcutters and drawers of water for all the congregation, as the princes had spoken to them. Joshua called for them, and he spoke to them, saying, "Why have you deceived us, saying we are very far from you, when you live among us? Now, therefore, you are cursed, and some of you will never fail to be bondservants, both woodcutters and drawers of water for the house of my God." They answered Joshua and said, "Because your servants were certainly told how Forever One your God commanded his servant Moses to give you all the land, and to destroy all the inhabitants of the land from before you. Therefore we were very afraid for our lives because of you, and have done this thing. Now behold, we are in your hand. Do to us as it seems good and right to you to do." He did so to them, and delivered them out of the hand of the children of Israel, so that they didn't kill them. That day Joshua made them woodcutters and drawers of water for the congregation and for the altar of Forever One, to this day, in the place which he should choose. Section 3. From the first book of Chronicles. Now Sheshan had no sons, but daughters. Sheshan had a servant, an Egyptian, whose name was Jarha. Sheshan gave his daughter to Jarha his servant as wife, and she bore him Attai. Attai became the father of Nathan, and Nathan became the father of Zabad, and Zabad became the father of Ephlal, and Ephlal became the father of Obed, and Obed became the father of Jehu, and Jehu became the father of Azariah, and Azariah became the father of Helez, and Helez became the father of Eleazar, and Eleazar became the father of Sismai, and Sismai became the father of Shallum. And Shallum became the father of Jechamiah, and Jechamiah became the father of Elishama. The sons of Caleb, the brother of Jerahmeel, were Mesha, his firstborn, who was the father of Ziph, and the sons of Mereshah, the father of Hebron. The sons of Hebron were Korah, Tapua, Rechem, and Shema. Shema became the father of Raham, the father of Jorkeam, and Rechem became the father of Shammai. The son of Shammai was Maon, and Maon was the father of Beth-zur. Ephah, Caleb's concubine, bore Haran and Moza and Gazez, and Haran became the father of Gazez. The sons of Jahadai were Regem, Jothan, Geshan, Pelet, Ephah, and Sha'af. Ma'akah, Caleb's concubine, bore Sheber and Tirhana. She bore also Sha'af, the father of Madmana, Sheva, the father of Machbena, and the father of Gibeah, and the daughter of Caleb was Achsah. These were the sons of Caleb, the son of Hur, the firstborn of Ephrathah. Shobal, the father of Kiriath Jearim. Salma, the father of Bethlehem. Haraph, the father of Beth Gader. Shobal, the father of Kiriath Jearim, had sons, Haroeh, half of the Menahoth. The families of Kiriath Jearim were the Ithrites, and the Puthites, and the Shumathites, and the Mishraites. Of them came the Zorathites and the Eshtaolites. The sons of Salma were Bethlehem, the Netophathites, Atroth Beth Joab, half of the Manathites, and the Zorahites. The sons of Salma were Bethlehem, the Netophathites, Atroth Beth Joab, half of the Manathites, and the Zorites. The families of scribes who lived at Jabez were the Tirathites, the Shemaathites, and the Sukkothites. These are the Kenites who came from Hamath, the father of the house of Rechab. Now these were the sons of David who were born to him in Hebron. The firstborn, Amnon of Ahinoam the Jezreelitite. The second, Daniel of Abigail the Carmelitite. The third, Absalom the son of Maacah, the daughter of Talmai, king of Geshur. The fourth, Adonijah the son of Haggith. The fifth, Shephatiah of Abital. The sixth, Ithream by Eglah his wife. 6 were born to him in Hebron, and there he reigned 7 years and 6 months. In Jerusalem he reigned 33 years. Section 4, from the book of Matthew. Don't judge so that you won't be judged. For with whatever judgment you judge, you will be judged. And with whatever measure you measure, it will be measured to you. Why do you see the speck that is in your brother's eye, but don't consider the beam that is in your own eye? Or how will you tell your brother, let me remove the speck from your eye, and behold, the beam in your own eye? You hypocrite! First remove the beam out of your own eye, and then you can see clearly to remove the speck out of your brother's eye. Don't give that which is holy to the dogs, neither throw your pearls before the pigs, lest perhaps they trample them under their feet, and turn and tear you to pieces. Ask, and it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and it will be opened for you. For everyone who asks receives, he who seeks finds, to him who knocks it will be opened. Or who is there among you who, if his son asks him for bread, will give him a stone? Or if he asks for a fish, who will give him a serpent? If you then, being evil, know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more will your Father who is in heaven give good things to those who ask him? So, whatever you desire for men to do for you, you shall also do for them. For this is the law and the prophets. Enter by the narrow gate, for the gate is wide and the way is broad that leads to destruction. There are many who enter by it. The gate is narrow and the way restricted that leads to life. There are few who find it. Beware of false prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly are ravening wolves. By their fruits you will know them. Do you gather grapes from thorns or figs from thistles? Even so, every good tree produces good fruit, but the rotten tree produces evil fruit. A good tree can't produce evil fruit, neither can a rotten tree produce good fruit. Every tree that doesn't grow good fruit is cut down and thrown into the fire. So, by their fruits you will know them. Not everyone who says to me, Lord, Lord, will enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he who does the will of my Father who is in heaven. Many will tell me in that day, Lord, Lord, didn't we prophesy in your name cast out demons, and in your name do many mighty acts? Then I will tell them, I never knew you. Depart from me, you who work iniquity.